Hello, can I ask a quick question? Do you know what the physical activity guidelines are as recommended by health professionals? If you don't know the answer to the previous question, that's exactly what we'll be covering in this video. We'll be answering the questions: what is physical activity, why it's beneficial, and how much physical activity you should be doing to stay in shape. Hello and welcome to my channel, The Physical Activity Coach. My name is Jason and I have over 10 years experience in the health and fitness industry. This channel provides educational content on the relationship between physical activity and health. The main points that will be covered in today's video include a definition of physical activity, exercise and fitness, different types of physical activity, the benefits associated with physical activity, and most importantly, how much physical activity you should be doing on a regular basis. So let's begin with the definition of physical activity. This definition is given from the American College of Sports Medicine's textbook on exercise prescriptions, as with the rest of the definitions. But they define physical activity as any bodily movement produced by the contraction of skeletal muscles that results in an increase in caloric requirements over resting energy expenditure. Essentially what this means is any physical movement above rest is considered physical activity. Exercise, on the other hand, is a type of physical activity consisting of planned, structured, and repetitive bodily movements done to improve and or maintain one or more of the components of fitness. So the slight difference between physical activity and exercise is that exercise tends to have a very focused purpose. There tends to be more planning and structure. An example would be the following of an exercise plan. Additionally, physical fitness is defined, although it's defined in several different ways, has generally been described as a set of attributes or characteristics individuals have or achieve that relate to their ability to perform physical activity and activities of daily living. These attributes or characteristics are commonly separated into health or skill-related components of fitness. For example, health-related components could be things like physical strength, muscular endurance, aerobic endurance, body composition, or flexibility. Each of these components would be defined as a characteristic of or an attribute of physical fitness, and an exercise plan specifically would be designed with the aim of improving one or more of these components of fitness. Okay, so next what we're going to do is talk about some of the different types of physical activity. So the National Institute of Aging lists 4 main types of physical activity / exercise. These include endurance, strength, balance, and flexibility. Okay, so let's explain a little bit more about what each of these different types of physical activity are. And we'll begin with endurance. Okay, so endurance exercise is physical activity that increases the heart and breathing rates for an extended period of time. And it improves the efficiency of the cardiovascular system, respiratory system, and muscular systems. It enhances stamina, aerobic capacity, and overall physical endurance. Some common types of aerobic endurance include running, swimming, and cycling. Next is strength. Strength exercise involves resistance training to build muscle mass, increase strength, and improve bone density. It typically includes weightlifting, bodyweight exercises, or resistance bands, focusing on short bursts of intense effort to target key muscle groups. Next is balance. Balance exercise improves stability, coordination, and body control by strengthening core muscles and enhancing something called proprioception. Proprioception is essentially your body's awareness of different parts of your body in space. It includes activities like standing on one leg, using balancing boards, or practicing things like yoga. These things help to prevent falls and improve overall movement efficiency. And lastly, flexibility exercise involves stretching muscles to increase range of motion, improve mobility, and reduce overall stiffness. And examples include things like static stretching, dynamic stretches, and different practices like yoga. These help to prevent injury and also enhance overall physical health and performance. Okay, now we've covered some of the different types of exercise. Let's get into some of the health benefits of physical activity. So I have a number of statistics here, and these statistics are from the Office for Health Improvement and Disparities 2022, and they list a wide range of health benefits for the participation in physical activity, including a 30% reduction in all-cause mortality, 35% reduction in cardiovascular disease, 40% reduction in diabetes, 30% reduction in things like colon cancer, 20% reduction in breast cancer, 30% reduction in depression, and a 68% reduction in falls and fractures, and also a 30% reduction in dementia symptoms. So you can see exercise has a wide range of benefits in a wide range of different health conditions. And I think the key statistic there is really the first one, and that it leads to a 30% reduction in all-cause mortality. So if you take up a regular practice of physical activity, it would lead to a 30% reduction in all possible health conditions that you will get throughout your life. Okay, so we've covered some of the health benefits related to physical activity. So what actually are the physical activity guidelines as recommended by health professionals? Well, the Chief Medical Officer within the United Kingdom recommends that adults complete 150 minutes or more of moderate physical activity every week, or they can complete 75 minutes or more of vigorous physical activity every week. So physical activity can either be accumulated with a moderate intensity, but you have to do more of it, or if you're doing more higher intensity vigorous exercise, you actually have to do less. If you think about that, so 150 minutes a week would be something like 30 minutes 5 days a week, or 50 minutes 3 days a week. And as for vigorous activity, it would be something like 25 minutes 3 times a week. And if you're able to do that on a sustainable, regular basis, you're essentially meeting the physical activity guidelines as recommended by health professionals. Next is they also recommend that you should aim to complete at least 2 days a week of strengthening and balancing exercises that include some form of resistance or flexibility training. So within that 150 minutes of exercise a week, you should try to do some exercise that improves the mobility and stability of your joints. This is really important because it helps to maintain the strength of your muscles, the strength of your bones. It also improves things like your balance and stability, especially later on in life. And lastly, they also recommend that you minimize or reduce sedentary behavior. And the recommendations is around about 4 hours or less of sitting every day. If you find yourself that you do sit more often than you would like, try to get up and move around for around about 2 minutes every 30 minutes or so. And also opt for more physically active options on a day-to-day basis. For example, if you can walk to work or cycle to work, choose to do that instead of getting the car or a bus. Or for example, instead of getting the elevator upstairs, you can just use the stairs and climb up instead. All of these little things that you can do to increase and accumulate activity throughout the day will have health benefits. And now that you know what physical activity is, its benefits, and how much physical activity you should be doing, ask yourself, am I meeting the physical activity guidelines? And if not, what's actually stopping you? Please put your comments below and let me know. And if you feel as if you got some benefit from watching this video, please remember to like and subscribe for more educational videos on physical activity and health. And just to recap today's video, we covered the difference between physical activity, exercise and fitness, different types of physical activity that you can do, some of the health benefits associated with physical activity, and the physical activity guidelines as recommended by health professionals. And lastly, just remember this last detail. Physical activity is about finding simple ways to keep your body moving and feeling its best. It's not about perfection, but progress. Small, consistent efforts that improve your overall health over time. So take it one step at a time and remember that every bit of movement makes a difference.